Hello, sweetheart. I'm going to read you a beautiful story so you can feel warm and cozy under your blankets. If you want, you can set your phone or tablet aside and let your imagination spark to life. The Gentle Train to Malabrook Station. In a quiet countryside where hills rose and dipped like slow ocean waves, there was a tiny railway line known to locals as the Mallow Line. It wasn't a busy train route, only one little train traveled along it, moving gently from village to village. The train was painted a soft shade of blue and had round windows that looked like warm, friendly eyes. Everyone called it the Gentle Train. The Gentle Train didn't rush, it didn't whistle loudly, it didn't puff clouds of smoke into the sky. It rolled softly along its tracks, humming a low, comforting tune that sounded like as it passed through the countryside. At the base of the hills lived a small raccoon named Taffy. Taffy loved anything calm, soft moss, warm blankets, slow music, and, most of all, sitting by the tracks to wave at the Gentle Train. One warm afternoon, the sky was a hazy shade of gold, and tiny floating seeds drifted across the fields like feather snow. Taffy sat on a little stump beside the tracks, nibbling on a berry biscuit. In the distance, he heard the familiar hum. Taffy's ears perked up. The Gentle Train was coming, but as it approached, something unusual happened. The train slowed down even more than usual. It gently rolled to a stop right beside Taffy's stump. A window slid open with a soft squeak. A little conductor mouse in a tiny blue vest poked his head out. "Hello, Thade," the mouse squeaked cheerfully. "Name's Marlowe, conductor of the Gentle Train. We're making a special slow journey today, and we'd love some company. Would you like a ride to Malabrook Station?" Taffy blinked in surprise. No animal he knew had ever been invited aboard. "Yes, please," he said with a smile that spread across his whole face. Marlowe hopped down and opened the door with a soft click. Taffy climbed aboard. Inside, the train was even cozier than Taffy had imagined. Soft cushions lined the seats. Warm light glowed from lanterns shaped like little stars. The air smelled faintly of vanilla and fresh hay. Taffy sat by a window. The seat felt like a soft cloud. The Gentle Train began to move. Not fast, not even medium speed. It rolled forward with the slowest, calmest rhythm. The wheels made a soothing clack, clack, clack on the tracks, like a heartbeat made of soft sounds. Outside, the world drifted by. Fields of grass swayed like a green sea. Tiny cottages with chimneys puffing gentle smoke passed in the distance. Cows lounged under shade trees, flicking their tails in sleepy motions. Taffy rested his head on the window frame, eyes half closed. Marlowe patted down the aisle quietly. "Comfy?" he asked. "Very," Taffy murmured. "Good," said the mouse. "The Gentle Train never hurries. Our passengers deserve peaceful travels." As they moved farther along the tracks, they came across Featherdown Meadow, where hundreds of dandelions swayed in the breeze. The seeds lifted into the air like tiny lanterns floating skyward. Taffy watched in awe. "It looks like the earth is dreaming," he whispered. Marlowe nodded. "It's my favorite part of the route." The train continued humming softly. Soon they passed a slow, winding river. Ducks paddled lazily on its surface, leaving ripples that drifted outward like sleepy circles. A turtle sunbathed on a small log, unmoving except for the tiniest twitch of its foot. Taffy felt his body grow softer, looser, sleepier. The rhythm of the train felt like a lullaby. Clack, 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 clack. They entered a small forest where trees arched over the tracks like a protective tunnel. Sunbeams poked through the leaves in warm, stripy patches. Taffy watched them flicker gently on the train floor. Marlowe returned with 2 warm cups of chamomile and berry tea. "For the final stretch," he said. Taffy held the tiny cup carefully. The warmth seeped into his paws. They sipped in silence. Eventually, the trees thinned and a small sign appeared ahead. "Malabrook Station, slow travel welcome." The station was tiny, simple wooden platform surrounded by willow trees that swayed as if waving hello. A little pond sat beside it, shining like a polished stone. The train slowed, and came to a soft stop. Marla smiled warmly. "This is as far as we go today. You're welcome to rest here, or ride back any time." Tavi stepped off onto the platform. Everything felt peaceful. The pond barely rippled. The willow leaves whispered quietly. Even the air seemed to soften around him. He turned back to the gentle train and waved. "Thank you," he said, "for the calm journey." "Always." Marla replied with a tiny bow. The train began rolling away, humming its soft tune again. Tavi sat on the platform bench, letting the warm breeze brush over him. His eyelids grew heavy, his breathing slowed, and right there at Mallowbrook Station, surrounded by gentle sounds and sleepy trees, Tavi drifted into a soft, cozy nap, his heart full of the warmth from the gentlest ride of his life. "Good night, sweetheart."